The little dragon was at an impasse. Unchecked, the little dragon's story faded into nothingness.
Is this... me?
And so the story ended.
Oh no!
So this is the other Durin, huh? If this had been the dragon that ended up being revived in Mondstadt, there's no telling what kind of calamity. So, if you think about it like that, Durin's actually a hero. No, I'm just a little envious, that's all.
Actually, most of the credit belongs...
Then again, barely anyone even remembers you at...
Ah, so you three still remember Durin. Looks like the memory loss hasn't spread to close friends. Yet, I guess that means my memory of you must still be complete as well.
Albedo.
You're finally here! Oh, boy, do we...
Oh, you're here too?
I think I've pieced together some of what happened to him.
Master Jean filled me in on what happened, and I've got a few theories. Well, physically, he's doing fine. His body is holding the abyssal power at bay.
So, from an alchemy point of view...
The issue isn't so much that the abyssal power within him has gotten out of control. If he ends up losing his conscious will, his body will fall back on its biological instinct. This book mentioned a witch's gathering. It's bringing fairy tale Durin into this world to replace the Durin on Dragonspine means using one Durin's fate to... But... the power of alchemy. It would have required the combined use of Miss Barbeloff's astrology, my teacher's alchemy. After learning of Miss Barbeloff's prophecy, Durin and I took care of the alchemy side of things. So now... As for the fate theory, I still can't figure out how any kind of magic...
So, the reason Alice...
A form of magic power...
Well, we've no time to lose. The next part of the story most likely relates to me. So the...
Huh?
The giant tree was home to join yourself to that, but first, fetch the stickiest
I see.
Guided by the breeze, the little dragon arrived at an alchemist's workshop. There he was greeted by a clay figure, a child molded by the sage witch's hands. Though gentle in appearance, he had inherited his mother's cold, sharp wisdom. And he was determined to avert the calamity the evil dragon would bring. And so was his helper, none other than the little dragon himself.
What is this place?
It looks like it's modeled after an alchemist's...
Albedo?
Hold on. Why do I...
Oh, yeah! We forgot to...
At least you're still human.
Well, since Cat Guy has taken on a different appearance, but you, Paimon, and Durin haven't changed.
I'd like to know more about that too. But seeing as...
And just like that, the group stumbled upon a hidden...
Come on! What are we waiting for? next chapter, here we come. Ouch!
But this was a chapter that had not
What? Then what's the point of having a pet? Sounds like a pretty bad habit for a writer.
Over here. I found
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon, and the clay alchemist knew what it meant. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, only then would the evil dragon's heart grow.
Sounds like this chapter's about
If that really was the solution, though, this would have been over.
There has to be some other reason.
Yeah, I'd like to explain.
Unless the little dragon kept moving, eventually he would be forgotten. Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go.
Do you think we could just destroy, be it the calamity headed for Mondstadt or my inability to leave behind a story of my own? What if, here in this story...
Either way, it's an
Durin!
It's just... I'm still afraid someday, but I'm not sure if I can destroy it on my own. So please, everyone.
With the help of his friends, the little dragon, in his eyes, this would ensure that. But the evil dragon's heart was like a the gnarled roots retreated back. The little dragon's story
Who am I?
Is this... me?
And so the story ended with the little dragon.
Oh no! What do we do now?
Hello, children. If you're hearing this recording, it's because you've reached a certain ending. You may have noticed that little Durin's experiences have been written into the pages of this book. Well, you should know that in the same way, its ending will also be written onto him. So be careful, because triggering a bad ending could be somewhat problematic. Let me guess, you're upset that I didn't warn you earlier? Don't worry though, I've thought it all through. I built a very special feature into this book, just for you, the witnesses of this tale. So, go ahead, see if you can turn back the pages. If you're not happy with the ending you've reached, just flip back a few pages and let the tale unfold once more. Pretty incredible, huh? That's the power of magic.
Unless the little dragon kept moving, eventually he would be forgotten. The evil dragon's heart
Looks like we have no choice but whatever happens next. Durin.
What the clay figure found was none other than the evil dragon's heart itself. Though the creature had perished long ago, its heart was still there, pulsing away and growing warmer with every beat. And the clay alchemist knew what it meant. That the evil dragon would return one day, just as the prophecy had foretold. Yet, guided by his mother's wisdom, he foresaw another fate. If only the alchemist could bestow this heart upon the little dragon, he might be reborn in the evil dragon's stead. Only then would the evil dragon's heart grow still, and the little one inherit its tale. At last, the little dragon accepted the evil dragon's heart. and a new life came into being. The evil dragon's heart beat in his chest, and the little dragon's soul guided him forward. Thus did the prophecy hold true, even as fate had been rewritten, and so was the little dragon born anew.
Finally, a happy ending!
Born anew, the little dragon...
Huh?
What comes next might be the most crucial part of all.
If fate really is as devious as...
Wow! You're up? Durin!
The evil dragon's heart was now one. Would the little dragon dare to hold...
Hey! What kind of question is that?
Time is running out.
What's up with the
Would he dare to hold this power back? Or would he simply give in?
The little dragon and his...
Huh? What's going on?
Once the ink runs out,
I had a feeling this would happen.
What's happening to the others?
Now that the story's ink was...
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Would he dare to hold this power back? Or would he simply give in?
Returning to the castle. I just never thought crossing over into a new world would create so much. I'm starting to think I kind of miss...
You might look back on it with fondness.
Why?
Sometimes, moving on with your life comes out...
you don't have to worry, Durin. No matter what problem you face,
Okay. Sometimes I wish I could just go back and see it again.
As the little dragon slipped back inside, there was no danger here. No, as soon as his mother finished her... And so the story ended.
What's going on? I feel so weak.
Hey, what's happening? Durin, but this can't be how it ends.
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
Would he dare to hold this power back? Or would he simply...
Ahead of them was a storyless void, and they could go no further.
Would he dare to hold this power back? Or would he simply give in? Would he dare to hold?
The little dragon was at an impasse. Unchecked, the little dragon's story faded into nothingness.
Is this me?
And so the story ended.
Oh no! But what do we do?
Looks like you've discovered another possible ending. Do not lose hope. You just need to keep searching, for there are possibilities that only you can bring to life.
What's going on here? Why isn't the story...
It seems the
So, what now? Did we use too much? How are we supposed to write a happy ending with only this much left? But...
Well, this is
If there really is such a direct correlation between the story, Durin was, and still is in essence, and I suspect that has remained the case. Even reviving Durin in the evil dragon's place was an act of grafting this Durin story. But there is a fundamental difference between, as Miss Barbeloth reminded us, the fate of every living being in Teyvat has been but Durin's story, on the other hand, as Durin's connection to this world wore thin, in other words, his story can't continue.
It would seem the little dragon...
Save it. The question is...
This is
I suppose. It's hard to believe I never actually left my mother.
By there, I take it you mean...
But we still don't... If Durin belongs inside the story, then going outside of it to some...
I'm not afraid.
I second that. It would seem this...
So be it. Whatever obstacles...
Watch out!
something that invisible. It was as if the little dragon was staring the uncrossable edge of existence itself. And all of a sudden it began to wrap